Hey chickies! Okay, today we are doing a spring decal mini, so yes, that does mean I'm going to be doing some stamping. There's a pretty good chance I might muck it up, but there's a pretty good chance that I might not muck it up as well, because as you know, I have been practicing. So anyway, let's get into it. I really hope you like it. So the polishes for this one are firstly Siren Cosmetics Mojito Mania, which is a gorgeous green cream. It does require quite a few coats to become opaque though. Then the next one is also Siren Cosmetics Gossip, which is a lovely lavender cream. The white on my ring finger is of course OPI's Alpine Snow. Then the yellow is also from Siren Cosmetics Where's My Sunnies. And then the pink, which is in the decal, is called, what's it? Pamper Me Pink. Now moving on to the stamping plate that I'm using, it is a MOYOU London stamping plate again. It's the princess plate I used the other day for the bunny rabbit and the carrot. It's princess plate number 9 and it is from Picture Polish. They sell them in their site, so that's where I got that from. Isn't it cute? That's the design we're going to create a decal from. Now just quickly before we move on, I wanted to show you this little template that I created using the stamps for this from this plate. All I did was stamp them onto my Simply Neat Miracle mat, and then I picked them up with a piece of sticky tape and then put that sticky tape onto a piece of paper so you can see what the design is. Yay! It makes it really easy, and it's because sometimes they don't translate the way you think they're going to when you stamp them on your nail, and this way you're always going to know what they're supposed to look like. Anyway, you can do that or not, it's just up to you. As per usual, I'm using Mundo Unis black stamping polish, and I'm also using my squishy clear jelly stamper from Picture Polish. Okay, so now it's time to do the actual stamping. So it's just, you're going to follow all of the usual steps. You scrape the polish, you put the polish on the plate, you scrape it off, and then you roll the stamper over that. And then what we're going to do is stamp it onto my Simply Neat Miracle silicone mat. I don't put a coat of clear top coat over the mat before I stamp. I just stamp it completely dry onto the mat and then do the colours and then do the top coat. You'll see that in a moment, but yeah, I never do that. Yeah. I used to, but I don't anymore. I think it makes the decal too thick. That's just my opinion. Okay, so once your transferred image is completely dry, now it probably takes a couple of minutes. This polish in particular does dry quite fast, and while we're doing this, we're just filling in the blank spaces or the clear spaces on the image with the colours that we already used on our nail. I just wanted to let you know, you can do this on like a Ziploc bag or a piece of baking paper as well. That's what we call it, baking paper. But some people call it parchment paper. It's the paper you put on your tin before you put biscuits down and cook them in the oven. That sort of stuff. I have used that in the past for this particular process, and it works like a charm. So don't think that just because you don't have a silicone mat or a silicone baking mat that you can't make these, because you so definitely can. So as you can see, we're just filling in with the various colours that I showed you at the very beginning of this video. These are all creams from Siren Cosmetics. Links will be in the description box down below as per usual. So I'm going to be using all 4 colours that I showed you. Obviously the light pink isn't on my nails. It's not one of the colours that I painted on my nails, but I think I can hear Buddy in the background. He's trying to get outside. Gosh, he's so annoying. Sorry. He's terribly distracting when he's inside. I might have to let him out. Right, so I'm back. I walked all around the house. I couldn't find him. I think he found an open window and jumped outside all by himself. Anywho, continue painting your design until you've completely sort of covered all of those areas where you want the colour to be. And once you've filled in your design with all of the colour that you wanted, you want to wait for that to completely dry, like I mean bone dry, before you add a top coat. Now I always use Picture Polish's Looking Glass, but any semi-thin fast drying top coat would work just perfectly. Now we're only going to do 1 layer of top coat over this decal, because really you don't want it to be too thick. I have in the past made that mistake and put, you know, a top coat underneath, then the design, and then top coat over the top, and I've just found it to be way too thick. Now, once your design is completely dry, you want to go ahead and very gently remove it from the surface that you're working on. Of course, I'm using my silicone mat from Bliss, but if you're using anything else, that's fine as well. You want to cut around the edges just to clean up. Just get a pair of scissors and clean up around the edges. That's what I do. Now, it should be pretty blindingly obvious from this shot that I smudged it a little bit when I took it off. And look, if I'm going to be completely honest, I may or may not have tried to remove it from the silicone baking, the Simply Neat Miracle Mat a little too early, and that's why I stuffed up that yellow flower on the left hand side of my nail. But that's easily fixed, don't worry, I can fix it, I'll show you. Now, oops, I forgot to mention, I put another coat of Looking Glass by Picture Polish over my white nail, and that is what we use to stick down the decal onto your nail. So I forgot to mention that. You saw me do it, but you just didn't know what I was doing, I'm sure. Anyway, so I use I use my non-acetone remover just to clean up around the edges, and I usually use that to clean up around the tip, or I might use a file depending on how thick I've ended up making the decal, but usually my non-acetone remover is sufficient to get rid of the tip stuff, the little bit at the very tip. Okay, so yet again another video where I have to show you how I fix something. I used black acrylic craft paint to fix the dot in the middle of the yellow flower, and then also to add the little tiny dots around the outside of that dot on that flower. But then also I did somewhat stuffed up the little purple flower on the right hand side of my nail as well. So I used the same black acrylic craft paint to fix that too. So win-win or lose-win-win. Like, I know you'd probably be forgiven for thinking that I stuff up on every single mani, especially if you're a new subscriber. I don't, I promise I don't. Like, it doesn't happen all the time. Recently it seems to be happening quite a bit, but you know, what the heck. Things happen and you just have to work through it. Now, don't forget to seal it all in with a good quality top coat. I, of course, am using Seche Vite as per usual. And that's it for this one. I really hope you like it. I hope you give it a go. Now, if you're wanting to know where my cute little heart ring comes from, that's from Alamanada. I will put links in the description box down below. Just click on the little link that says show more, or I think if you're viewing this on your mobile phone, there will be like a little arrow pointing down, so you can click on that. It'll expand all of the fabulous information I've provided for you down there. Now, before I go, I just wanted to mention something that I think I got asked a while ago about doing a nail polish room thingy. Well, it's coming very, very soon. I think I said this at the same time last year because it's going to be my birthday on the 21st of March. And my husband promised to make me some shelves to put all of my nail polish on display. But he's actually going, well, I'm hoping. Like, I really have a lot more faith in him right now because he's actually going to paint my whole room. So I have to move all of my stuff out, which is going to be really painful for me. And then let him do that. And then I will actually be able to give you a room tour. I'm so excited. Anyway, so that should be hopefully before the end of this month. Like, I know I say that a lot about a lot of things that I'm going to do, and I never actually end up doing them but I'm not lazy, I just keep forgetting to do stuff. But anyway, I really hope you stick around for that because I'm so excited to show you all of the crap that I have. That's not crap, sorry, shouldn't have said that. All of the fabulous, wonderful things that I have in my nail room. Anyway, okay, thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye, chickies. Oh, and thank you for subscribing, and thanks for that delicious thumbs up. Bye.